If you were placed on a task force that was in charge of the entire galaxy, how well do you think you would do? On top of policing everyone, you're also given supernatural powers that defy reality. Now, would you be a benevolent ruler?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
Or would you be tyrannical in nature? For better or worse, I think the Jedi really tried their best. And there's a lot we can take away from the Jedi path. This is the second installment in my series of life lessons from fiction. If that kind of thing tickles your fancy, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Now in this video, we're going to try and stay away from the Jedi politics and specific Jedi in general. We're going to be mostly talking about the Jedi Code and the things the Jedi were known for. If you feel you have anything to add to the mix, feel free to drop that down in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the Jedi Code, because it is the fundamental philosophy of being a Jedi. We're going to go through each of the clauses and find out what made being a Jedi so admirable and mysterious. The first line is emotion, yet peace. Contextually, they're telling us here that even though we live lives of such raw emotion that is always kind of influencing the way we feel, it is better to take a step back and have a better perspective on things. If we all apply this to our decision making, we would be a lot less rash and probably more at home with the decisions we make. The next line is ignorance, yet knowledge. The Jedi lived lives of continuous education. Whenever they weren't fulfilling missions or other important tasks, they would usually spend their time training, gaining knowledge from the library, or learning from wisdom passed down from generations before. The Jedi understood that we will always be ignorant, yet through continuous knowledge we will continue to become wiser. And if we continue to strive to be better each day, we can only hope to make better decisions, which makes for a better world. The third line is passion yet serenity. Once again, refraining the sentiment from the first line, where we should have a detachment from things, take a step back, and have clarity in the way we think and the way we act. Now, some Jedi would say that we should live lives entirely devoid of emotion and attachment. But of course, we know this is impossible. And quite possibly, the greatest Jedi of all time, Obi-Wan, clearly was not void of emotion. It is important to understand how we feel, but not let that rule all of our decisions. Line number 4 is chaos yet harmony. Now, the universe itself is a very hectic place. All sorts of things happen all the time, and it's very chaotic. Some good, some bad. But there is a certain serenity to the natural flow of things. Now, the Jedi understood this, and they of course trust in the Force, and the only thing that they strive to control was to stop the unnatural things, or the imbalance of power. If we were to apply that to our own lives, we would understand that the world is a big place, and we cannot control every single thing in it. But what we can do is control how we act and how we respond to the things that are brought to our front door. The final line of the Jedi Code is death, yet the Force. Now, of course, the Jedi trusted in the Force absolutely. It is no stretch to say that they lived and died by it. And while we may not have the mystical Force, we do have similar ideologies to live by. Anyone who spends their time working for a greater cause or a greater good will tell you that it is one of the most fulfilling things that they have ever put their time into. And to help contribute to a better society is exactly what the Jedi did. The takeaway here is that the more time you spend on the important things in life, the more that you can trust that your death will not be the end of whatever you were trying to work for. That there will always be others pushing that mission onward. Now, of course, the Code was not everything Jedi. In fact, the Jedi were notably famous for their lightsabers. While maybe not the most effective weapon, the lightsaber did send out an interesting philosophy. A Jedi at any point could pick up a blaster and use the Force to connect all their shots. But the fact that the lightsaber was mainly used for defensive combat against anyone except for other Force wielders showed that they were here to keep the peace and maintain a balance. At a certain point, the lightsaber became more than just a weapon. It became a symbol, and often enough, showing a lightsaber would discourage people from engaging in further combat. You can see the similarities here between a Jedi and many expert martial artists, where most of the time they're not looking for a fight, they're just looking to better themselves. And that is an attitude worth striving for. As I mentioned before, the Jedi were Force wielders. The Force was an interesting concept. It is the thing that connects and binds all things in Star Wars, and the Jedi were able to manipulate it and interact with it in ways that were very unique. Now, of course, seeing them fly around and push things was really cool, but the Jedi could also essentially have conversations with it. The Force was kind of an illusion for an internal compass and a thing that guided them. You could look at it sort of like your moral compass. Now, if you take this imagery and you apply it to your own intuitions, and if you help trust in your deepest feelings about things, often you'll stay truer to who you are as a person. A massive shout out and thank you to my friend Nick Provost. He generously donated some of the clips that you saw. If you are interested in really cool stunt work and awesome acrobatics, I highly suggest go checking out his channel. The link will be in the description below, and yeah, tell him I said hello. Anyways, that's everything from me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you found this at all interesting and you'd like to see a video on the Siths, I'm more than happy to make that happen. But for now, I'll see you guys later.